Guess we got a light problem here. mm, Things don't always go as you hope they will. It's like a really hot day. Mm. Hold on just a second. I wonder if I can get this chair just a little bit. Sorry, I just don't want the light to be in your eyes. I hope that didn't bother you too much. Probably should have done a camera check. Okay, all right. I'm back and I'm feeling better. It's just like a really hot day today. It's almost impossible to cool down even in the AC. So, well, but I am feeling better since the headache, the oncoming grandma was able to get some magnesium in me, and I figured why not try it, and it helped. It really helped pull me out away from that oncoming grandma along with the other medications. Hello, Teresa. Really good to see you. Thank you for coming, and feeling better than ever. Just hot, a little hot today, but we'll make it through, right? Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. So we're going to talk about some maniacal global mandates that have been going on, and some good ones that like improvements on some pages, because everybody's kind of doing different things, like as far as extremities with their mandates, right? But there's a lot of worrisome ones that may be trying to head in your direction. Okay, so it's good to at least look and see the kind of way things are going, and mirror that personality with who's in charge, and see if they, in your mind, are capable of going in certain directions too, if y'all can read me. Okay. Want to go ahead and get started. All right. I'm gonna start off with a lot of cootie talk. We got the cootie stick and the cootie illness and all that. Okay, so it's a worldwide thing. Okay, it's bad enough that on the 18th, Latvia was having a protest, and you never even hear hardly anything out of Latvia or Lithuania ever. In fact, most people don't even know that country exists. Those two countries, anyway, Latvia, Lithuania. And part of my genetic background is from Latvia and Lithuania, as well as Scotland. But that's in Lithuania, they have my eyes that are squinted with dark hair. It's kind of a typical look. But in Houston, while Latvia is protesting, Houston, Texas, got the sweetest little lady up on the microphone and was just making it so simple. And she pulled $100 bill out of her pocket and was like, "We're offering each person $100 to take this." And I'm sitting here going, for real? Sell your birthright for a bowl of soup. Go for it. If y'all scripture people know what I'm talking about. Mark Rufner is here. What's up? And Five Flames. Wow. I know you're at work, Five Flames. I just love that you at least got to come on here and say hi. Good deal. Got mwah, Five Flames. All right. Australia. Despite the protests of the truckers, who have every right to protest, they've started building detention camps in Australia for all those who are not inclined to accept the cootie cure. Yes, they call them mandatory quarantine facilities. And if you haven't figured it out yet, they've had some of those being built around America too, in these white little houses recently. Okay. Twitter is testing a new feature so that users can snitch on each other for misleading misinformation posts. Okay. All right. And in World War II, they had snitches. Okay. Washington Hospital taking patients off of transplant lists for not having the stick. A 21-year-old pregnant mommy was refused cardiology treatment for not having her cootie stick, and because her little toddler was too young to get it. And her favorite line that she said was, "Tell me again that you're trying to save lives." I mean, it really hits home, doesn't it? If you're so worried about lives, then why would you turn away a cardiology patient? Hello, Clarissa. How are you doing? Yeah, bribery. Yeah, that's what they're talking about is coercion and bribery, things like that. And like I was talking about the last time, even though I had a headache, I was saying, it's like a kidnapper offering a kid a little piece of candy, say, just come get this little piece of candy from me. They're trying to lure you in. And that bait, any kind of bait, if it's a Krispy Kreme donut, if it's $100 bill, they're going to try to see what your price is. And I guess they think we're pretty cheap sells, pretty cheap dates. But going on, I don't want to take too long because I never know when my oldest son is going to get home from work. So I'm going to go faster at this time. Okay. New York is asking for your papers now. And even though the governor Cuomo is gone, the new governor, she's not much different. She's hardcore about this whole lockdown situation and isolation and segregating people. Israel locked down again after new strain is found that is an offshoot of the D variant. That's in the news. And a new strain has come around that's an offshoot of the Delta. So they're locking Israel back down again. And it's funny because Israel had just been bragging that most of their population has been cootie stuck. All right. Reported on August 20th, thousands of United States breakthrough cases. All right. We'll back to what that means in a minute. Thousands of U.S. breakthrough cases have made it to 3 cootie stuck Congress members who recently tested positive. Now, what I'm going to do, let's just look up breakthrough infection. All right. Define. Because they had that definition up there before. Okay, well, no matter what, it basically means that the virus was able to get past the barriers that had been put up. That's what breakthrough cases, infections happens to mean. I know I've got it on my Facebook page, so maybe I can find it there. I hope you are having a good time. Hope I'm not too boring for you right now. There we go. Found my Facebook page anyway. Just scrolling down. Man, was it? Okay, there it is. Yes. The definition is when people get infected after vaccination, scientists call these cases breakthrough infections because the virus broke through the protective barrier the vaccine provides. So I was basically right in my memory there. Yep, Mark, there's a lot going on with these, and I think it's that and a little bit more. They're not trying to save lives. They know that's death. I believe you're right. I think that this is a thinning out of the herd. I seriously do. Got that box. All right. So this is what they're not just experiencing these breakthrough cases in Israel either. They're happening. In America, they're happening all over the place. All right. They're calling them breakthrough cases. But that just is simple terms for our stuff doesn't work. Okay. Let's go to shortages super fast. I know I did a video recently, but we're going to do just a little update. All right. And it doesn't have to be just food. It can be anything. Okay. So we've got a possible turkey shortage this Thanksgiving. Not just going to be a toy shortage, but an actual Thanksgiving Day issue too. So a lot of roads are pointing to November being a problematic month. Okay. That by the time Christmas rolls around, we'll already be knee deep in something. It's what all these factors keep coming back to. Okay. UK and Treasure Valley, Oregon are closing several restaurants because they're of the shortages in the food. Venezuelans, though, after all of these years of suffering from starvation, they finally turned to urban farming amid these shortages. And this is something that everybody eventually is going to have to become attuned to, and that's farming. If you want food, save those seeds, plant them. All right. But it's an urban farming thing is picking up. That's good. Grocery stores across the United States have shortages and bare shelves, but not every store in the US is seeing these shortages yet. They're stocked. So a lot of people could have this mindset that, okay, nothing is wrong because they don't see it personally. And that's very deceptive. That just goes to show how fast that when it does happen and how suddenly this happens, this is why. Okay, because there was it wasn't just forward facing everything on the shelves and closing gaps and certain placing. It was the placement of stores that had and versus the stores that didn't have, also to cause confusion along the way. Arizona stores are offering higher wages to get workers in to fill critical gaps in laborers. Okay, so these higher wages that were wanted, they're there. They're offering it. The stores, like especially grocery stores, they're offering those higher wages. And in the restaurant and hospitality positions, teens across North Carolina have stepped up to fill those positions. And they're really actually happy that they've got jobs, their own money. They like being able to get out and work. They're really kind of leading a front line. And I don't think it's just going on in North Carolina. I think that teens all over the United States are actually stepping up. People just haven't really been able to take notice just yet. But I bet the more that it's discussed, that people be like, yeah, my teen stepped up, or I'm a teen, and yeah, that happened. Okay. But you can buy food, Clarissa, like them bell peppers. They have their own seeds. You know what I mean? You could get those, and dry them out, and then plant them. And there are covert ways of farming. Okay. All right. And in the meantime, American food stamp aid has been raised. So that's more of the tax dollars, more money, but it's because the prices of food has risen so much. It's being raised by 25%. The nursing shortage is so bad that Texas had to send 2,500 nurses across to all kinds of hospitals in Texas to deal with this nurse shortage. Schools are still desperate to find truck drivers. And Brexit thing in Britain, England, the Brexit army on standby to deliver food for lack of truck drivers. So this is a lot of the things that you're seeing here in America, they're happening in other countries too. So it's best to be watching what stages these different countries are in, because if we're following that same guideline, we might be seeing something that happened to them a couple of months ago, a year ago, happening to us soon. Okay, find patterns. All right, and finally, a few weird notes before I go. Again, I don't know when my son will be home. He randomly gets home around 5 o'clock to 5:30, so I'm going to get out of here soon. Okay, but the weirdness I noticed is that it's like Haiti's getting hit a lot. I mean, all of a sudden, Haiti was their president's assassinated. Then they have an earthquake, and then suddenly Hurricane Grace. All of this is back to back. And you have to wonder what spiritually is going on in that situation for them to be getting hit so hard back to back that they would have to go through such trials, and what warnings are trying to be there. But it is just weird that they're getting hit like that. And what else I think is weird is that Biden decided to gift all Americans a slap in the face with Afghanistan as we neared our 9/11 20-year anniversary. I feel like that slap in the face was his gift for our anniversary of what happened all those years ago. I think that's weird. But as a last note, for all of you preppers out there that love to go and show off your prepper pantries and all of the things that you've gotten, well, you do realize there are people that might know you, people that can find you. And I think that might be a good time to start just warning people to prep versus showing off what you have. Okay? Because it might come back to bite you in the future. All right, this is all I've got to say for today. And I just wanted to let y'all know that I was okay. Thank you guys for showing up. And I hope to talk to everyone soon. God bless you all. Bye.